Go ahead. Remember what I said at the beginning? We're just going to tell you folks the truth. It may not be what you want to hear, but we would rather be truthful and as honest as we can be. Okay? Sir.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bobby Carrick, and first off, thank you folks for all your commitment and hard work. I just have a simple question on behalf of the racing community.
Yes.
What does our future look like, or what does it hold as far as a county-owned facility and a venue for us?
Okay. Who wants to take the shot at that? Michael, take it. I'll talk about it too, because I appreciate the question, Bobby. I think it's come up at every town hall meeting. This guy sitting here is behind all of that. We know that, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So we're actively working with the Navy to acquire property. It's called Bracklands. You might have heard that before, but it's basically excess Navy land at Kalailoa that is being made available to the city and county. And we want to use a part of that land for a county racetrack. That's the goal. And Lee Cobian has been working very closely with us to help us through that process. The goal right now is to take title within the next, I'm being very optimistic, 30 days to this property. Part of the challenge is that before the Navy turned over title, they located PFAS on the property. And we were very fortunate, the mayor and I working with the Navy, the Assistant Secretary of the Navy, we said if we take this land before the extent of the PFAS is known, if PFAS ends up on the CERCLA list and there has to be work to remove it, will you agree to do that versus us? And the Navy wrote us a letter and said yes. I think it's the first time they've ever done this. The Navy wrote us a letter and said yes, that they would continue to be responsible after title came to the city. So we're moving forward with taking title to that property, and then we'll go through the planning process to see how quickly we can get a racetrack built. And where Lee is helping us is Lee is identifying some grants that are out there that we might be able to get from the federal government that would help us get through the planning and the design and construction process as quickly as possible. But we're committed to build this for the community.
Yeah, Bobby, I want to underscore it. We are committed to building it. We need it. We should have it. We know that there are thousands of car enthusiasts. Part of the thing that's been great about working with the Navy is they want it for their servicemen as well to come over, because most of those guys are car enthusiasts as well. It's a great opportunity for them. Lee, go ahead.
All right, I just want to say thanks again for the Motorsports people for coming. I really appreciate it. Now, a lot of you guys came because there's still people who are trying to get a private track to own. And so this is the reason most of these guys came, because they want to emphasize, we want this track, park, Motorsports Park, to be like the neighbor islands under the city and county, a public track that not one person is the owner controlling everything. Are you guys good with that? Okay, because an entity just got a $130,000 grant to look for a place for a possible track, for a private track. Okay, now we have a commitment from the mayor. We have the property. I am working right now on a grant, $20 million, that's specifically for recreational purposes. It says community support facilities near a military installation to enhance support facilities, including recreational parks, and that's including also motorsports activities. I don't want to get too into, but last year, the Department of Defense put some of their defense money into public recreations for locations near military, for public family use and military use. And so we're going to be applying for that $20 million. The way the application eligibility is written, I couldn't make it any better to get it. It was just, it's insane. So I want everybody to understand, because that's the big issue. Are we going to get a private track or a public track? Are we going to try again for Parcel 9 or the feedlot or maybe somewhere out here? That's what everybody has to understand and support, a public county park like the one in Maui, the one in Big Island, and the one in Kauai. And I just want to emphasize, if you guys need any information, you know how to get in touch with me. Okay? I appreciate it. Lee Cobian.
Lee Cobian, thank you. I'll just, one final word. You can have it. Thank you, Bobby. One final word. There's an entity that is supposedly, and I don't want to, no, just so you know, we're operating on a parallel track. There are some guys who claim they've put up 125 million. I attended the meeting at Par Hawaii to build one in Campbell Industrial Park. They had to come up with another 300 to 400 million. It's big money. Been a lot of talk. We'll see. They said they have the money, whatever. That would be a separate deal. And what they want is to go over to the public. We're not relying on that, but I'm just letting you know that we're going full steam ahead. Mike said we're working with the Navy. We've identified the BRAC lands. We're doing everything we can at the highest level. That is all real, okay? And so just know that, all right? And the last thing I'll say, just anecdotally before you, in our town halls, all last year, the last 11 and throughout, even up to tonight, our 7th town hall of the year, one of the real common denominators, even though every area, every district has different concerns, how people play, the things that they do for recreation, the meaning and the value of parks and programs is constant, and we get that, and we're trying to do everything we can to add joy to our communities and hope for our communities by making these things become a reality. It's that, I know you see it as a racetrack, we see it much bigger than that, okay? Just know that, and we want to do that. We really want to make that happen. Yes, ma'am.